The Director of Enrollment Management for Jackson Catholic Schools, Lucien Leone. Welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Well, Jackson Catholic Schools, still in its somewhat infancy, just getting all the schools combined into one system. How's that going?
You know, it really is going well. And this is kind of a significant new chapter is starting because they've been working on this whole idea, as you know, of Jackson Catholic Schools for at least 5 years, where they talked about the idea of really bringing the 4 schools together into one consolidated school system. And it's been a pretty steady process and over the last several years. And Tim DeWitt, the executive director, I think he really kind of moved it forward pretty significantly in the last about 2 years. But just this summer, we've just kind of completed the last big piece, which is we've hired our new Chief Academic Officer, Stephanie Kristovic, who used to be the principal at Lumen Christi. So she's taken up that role. And so now we have all the positions in place to really, as Tim likes to say, it's time to really kind of move forward with this whole idea of an integrated school district. So it's been an exciting time. And for me doing enrollment, it's been a lot of fun because, you know, I'm working with families everywhere from kids that are 3 and 4 years old who are looking to go into, you know, a pre-K situation up through the high school kids. And so it's just been exciting personally, and I think the system is really kind of at a really wonderful spot.
Now, do you physically have a separate location for Jackson Catholic Schools, or are you, because I think originally there was someone at the high school, there was someone in the convent, there was someone over at this school?
Well, currently all of the Jackson Catholic Schools staff, which is basically, you know, some finance and business and marketing and enrollment and advancement development, we all are at Lumen Christi. But we're talking about possibly moving to a facility, a location still in Jackson, but that wouldn't be in one of the 4 schools. And so I think that might happen over the course of the next year.
All right. You know, one of the things we've missed is going to the packet pickup day. Have you ever been to a packet pickup day?
You know, I never have, but I hear it's exciting. So maybe you could. What's been your experience?
Well, we go and we don't pick up a packet. They don't have one for JTV, but we see that the kids get their packet, and then they get to maybe pick out some merch in the Titan Spirit store, and get their meet the teachers and see what their classrooms look like, and sign up for the extracurriculars. Have some treats, that kind of thing. Yeah,
well, and you know, our packet pickup day is this Wednesday, and I've been just working with some of the families, letting them know about it and getting them all signed up. And of our, you know, 430-ish students, we've got over 300 have signed up so far. So I've got a little bit of a ways to go. So if you're out there, and if you are a Lumen Christi family listening, and you haven't signed up yet for packet pickup, please do so, because it really is a great event. And it's about getting your courses and kind of meeting with teachers, but it's also just kind of a way to start to engage with others and with the staff and the faculty and kind of get the new year off to a good start.
There's usually a combo that's set up on the sidewalk to entertain people as they arrive.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I'm hoping we're doing that this year.
I hope so. The enrollment management, your job, that's not just recruiting new students, but that's also retaining existing students.
Yeah, there really are 2 parts to enrollment, and it is both recruitment and retention. And over the course, you know, I've been here at Jackson Catholic Schools for just about a year. I started last September. I've really been focused on both learning what we're currently doing, but really on recruitment and starting to put in place some plans to do a better job recruiting new students. But what's exciting to me is really starting now to understand the culture and how I can actually help retention of families. And so that's something we're working on right now is, like, for example, I'm trying to build a whole network of what I'm calling parent ambassadors. And these are moms and dads that are in all 4 schools that are willing to kind of help other families kind of get them introduced to the system and feel like they're a part of the community. And that's I mean, obviously that helps with recruitment, but that's really about retention. It's about once you join Jackson Catholic Schools, you feel like you've got a group of friends that you can really get supported by. So that's one of my first retention efforts, and I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, because a lot of your families, they're more scattered than a traditional school district.
Yep.
Where everybody, at Northwest Schools lives in, Mountie territory.
Right.
You've got people all over the county, and even outside the county too, right?
Yeah, we've, especially over the last year or so, we've had a lot more interest both from Marshall and from Chelsea. And so we've been running a small shuttle to Marshall for a year. Hopefully, if everything works out well, we're going to be able to have a shuttle to Chelsea as well. But yes, we're kind of expanding our footprint, but there's a challenge there because these families aren't necessarily neighbors with each other, as you say it, as they would be in a public school. So we really are trying to build community, and so that all these families really feel a part of the Jackson Catholic school system.
This summer you've had a number of events. I think last week, teddy bear picnic. Teddy bears.
Yes, you got it right.
Yeah, teddy bears. They don't eat a lot, but it was for people to bring the picnic.
Well, yes. Well, actually, it was an idea that one of the moms came. I talked about these parent ambassadors, and I was just talking to the new principal, and I said, it'd be great to do something to get a few more families engaged, especially with these preschool and kindergarten age kids, because we had a few open spots at that point over at St. John. And so she said, well, I know a couple of the moms and dads, and let's see what they think. And so we sent an email out. We said, how do you think we could engage some of the moms? It's always the moms. I wish I could say it's the dads, but it's unless you get to Lumen Christi and athletics. But I said, how can we get some of these families kind of engaged? And then one of the moms said, why don't we do a teddy bear picnic? And so the other moms all said, what a great idea. And so working with the principal, they kind of organized this whole picnic, and they gave away a teddy bear, and they told a story about a teddy bear. And unfortunately, it was happening exactly when we had that torrential rainstorm that hit Jackson. But they just moved from outside to doing it in the gym, and they had a great time.
Good. It's one of several events, encouraging things to continue during the summer. As it stands now, here we are a couple weeks before school. How does enrollment look for the system coming up?
Oh, for the system coming up, we're currently up about 3%. So we're up about, we have right about 1,000. So it's really, the numbers are always real easy because we have just about 1,000 students. So we're up about 30 students system-wide. Mm-hmm. And what I'm really encouraged to see is that's across all 4 schools. So it's not just like one school is growing, but we've got nice growth happening in all 4 schools. And so that's really good. So enrollment is growing, and I'm hoping it will continue.
And people can enroll today, as the social media graphic says.
That's right.
The one-stop shop, Jackson Catholic Schools, someone can enroll like you said earlier, there might be someone with a kindergartner, someone with a 5th grader, someone with a junior.
Yeah, and that's what I love about this whole system concept is we're not trying to recruit them to a school. We're really trying to recruit them to be a part of a system, so that it's something that the recruitment process really starts when when their kids get baptized, and we just really want to build a relationship then. And then as they have kids, they can then hopefully get them into our preschools and our kindergartens and our elementary schools, and then through Lumen Christi. But it really is about building long-term relationships, and that's what I love about the whole JCS approach. I think it's the right way to recruit to a school.
I think you just hit on a winning idea. You probably don't even realize you said it. If you gave people a form at baptism where they sign up for school, you got them, like right then.
Well, it's interesting you say that part because we actually give them a $250 tuition when they get baptized. We call it the baptism voucher that they can collect when they're in kindergarten.
You're a step ahead of me.
Yeah, so yes. I think that's a great part of that process. So thanks for that good idea.
Yeah. So as we begin the school year, what's new?
What's new? Well, besides just kind of the whole organization of JCS and having a new chief academic officer, some of the new things going on in the schools, one initiative that I've been kind of helping with is we're going to start for 3 to 6-year-olds in our preschool programs. We're looking at starting what's called Catechesis of the Good Shepherd. And this is a whole model of teaching the kids the faith, the little kids, that really is based on the Montessori model. And it's about giving them an experience of God and their faith that's very personal and real. And so we're actually going to have a set of both parents and teachers are going to get trained in that over the course of the next year. And so we'll be rolling that out probably at both St. Mary's and St. John's next fall, because it's a very rigorous program that the volunteers have to go through. So that's one of the new initiatives. The other one that, let's see, besides that, well, the other big one is at St. Mary's. They're down the road, they're starting down the path of becoming what's called a Catholic liberal arts school. And what I think has been really exciting is that's just kind of looking at all three of our elementary schools, really, because you know them, because you lived in Jackson all your life. They really have a very distinct culture, and they all kind of focus a little bit differently. And St. Mary's is going to be embracing this kind of Catholic liberal arts approach, which is really kind of focusing on, it tends to focus on the liberal arts, things like music and literature, and how do you then integrate that into the curriculum in ways that are meaningful. It's kind of a step towards the magnet school concept, so that moms and dads can kind of look at the three schools and figure out which one really works best for them.
All right, it's time now. If you want to get enrolled, check it out. Great to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Director of Enrollment Management for Jackson Catholic Schools, Lucian Leone.